Lack of courage and self-esteem prevented Margaret from seeking the help she needed, until the moment came when she knew she couldn't put it off any longer. Her second daughter, Margaret, was taken to hospital and was critically ill.
The doctor brought me into the office and asked me to fill in forms, which I couldn't. And that was the first time I ever said I couldn't read and write. So he said that wasn't his problem. He wanted the form to fill in. And I went into, just froze and went into I couldn't explain it yet. The sweat just came off of me. So the nurse saying me I was going into stress, and she filled in the forms. And she was very nice. She brought me aside and she asked me, would I like to read and write? And the day I said yes, I couldn't believe it. So she recommended me to number 3 Mountjoy Square.
Those first few steps were difficult, but thanks to a patient and understanding tutor, Margaret was able to persevere.
It was very hard to get me to hold the pen in my hand because I had a big hole there from holding it so tight. And after months I settled in with her, and she got me down to do spellings and reading and doing everything. And she just always saying, Margaret, she said, you mark my words, she said, you are going to go places. Now, I'm telling you, Margaret, she used to say to me. I love May Benchy. I'm up reading 12 May Benchy's books. And my daughter bought me Scarlet Feathers for Christmas. I'm still reading that. I says to me tutor, okay, I said, I love to write to May Benchy. I did. I went in and I wrote a letter and I took it in to Kate to check it. And she said, Margaret, she said, your spellings are great. I thought no more about it until this Christmas, the 20th of December, a little package came into the door. A beautiful book, a Christmas treasures, and a lovely Christmas card and a lovely little note from her. That was great because someone had that time to write that, and even if I didn't get an answer back, I done it.
All this encouragement has helped Margaret to go from strength to strength. Even today, she can still hardly believe what a difference reading and writing has made to her life.
I didn't know how far I was going to go. I didn't know I was going to have my own space in there. I didn't know I was going to read books. I didn't know I was going out and buy books. That's all I'd done for years was dusted the books on the shelves. I used to open them up, my eyes used to go dizzy looking at the words. Now I could come in here and I pick up a book and I read it.
Now, potato bake. Preparation time 20 minutes. Oh, I love the 21st century. For the calorie conscious, Caesar salad, complete with croutons, Caesar's dressing and some funny looking Parmesan cheese. Okay, that'll do. And for dessert, bread and butter pudding.
Ready prepared meals come with important instructions about storing and cooking, which are normally written out step by step, in the order in which they're to be carried out. There'll be instructions telling you about the temperature at which to cook the food and how long you cook it for. For example, to cook this pudding in an oven, you need to cook it at a temperature of 180 degrees Celsius or at gas mark 4 for 25 minutes. Always check the storage instructions which tell you whether the meal should be stored in a freezer or in a fridge. By law, all packaged food now has a date by which the food should be eaten. This date will be shown as best before or use by date. Best before means that the meal should be eaten before this date. Use by means that the food cannot be eaten after this date. This frozen meal is best before the end of December 2002. The ready-to-cook pudding must be used by the 10th of September.
Come on in, the door's open. Bob, what are you doing here?
The line dancing class was cancelled, so I thought I'd come over and make sure everything was okay.
Oh, thanks a million for dropping by. Everything is okay. Shoo, they're going to be here any minute.
I'll get the door.
Thank you very much. Len, this is my mum, Raid.
Oh,
How are you, Len?
Very well. How are you
Nice
doing?
to meet you at
Nice
last.
to meet you too.
And my dad, Martin.
All right, Martin. How are you doing? Okay, right. How are you, Martin? Oh, you shouldn't have bothered. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Bob,
Oh,
Len's
hello,
cousin
Bob. How are
and kitchen consultant. Right, is there anything else I can do before I go?
No, that's fine.
Bob, you're not going to go already, are you?
Oh, must you go? Can't you join us?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. No, why don't you stay? Join us.
Yeah, of
I'll
course.
open the wine. Well, look, why don't I take your coats?
Oh, thanks.
Oh, we've cooked up a real treat for you. Haven't we, Len?
Oh, Len, do tell us what it is.
That'll be telling. It's a surprise. Bob, can I have a word?
Len, these pork chops are burnt to bits.
Stop fussing. They're grand.
These are not grand.
Look, it's okay. I've cooked something else.
Oh no, some spaghetti with oh so convenient sauce.
What's going on in there? Why all the whispering? Len, have you burnt the dinner?
No, of course not.
It's in the pot there. Look, have a look.
That's lovely. What is it?
Beef medallions in a rich red creamy sauce with mushrooms and onions and there's a potato bake in the oven and a few other bits and pieces.
I am impressed.
So, Len, a man who loves to cook. This is gorgeous. Where did you learn?
Well, Bob here has always been an inspiration to me in the kitchen. Isn't that right, Bob? Although we have very different tastes.
I'm a meat and potato man myself.
Me too. You can't beat that good, thick, rich gravy.
I hate those fancy French desserts. Fruity things.
Now, Martin, I think we should have this conversation some other time.
I don't know what's wrong with that old bread and butter pudding.
That's exactly what we're having. Isn't it, Bob?
Our spelling tip this week looks at adding ing, ed and er to words. As we saw last week, you can normally add these endings without any other changes to the word. For example, fold becomes folding, folded and folder. However, some words double the last letter before adding the new ending. When a short word ends in a vowel followed by a consonant, you must double the last letter. It works like this. Take the word thin as an example. To add ing to the end, you must add an extra n so that you get thinning. The rule is the same if you want to make the word thinned or thinner. To follow this rule, you need to know which letters of the alphabet are known as vowels. The letters A, E, I, O and U are what we call vowels. All the other letters are called consonants. So, following this rule again and taking the short word shop, where O is a vowel and it's followed by P, which is a consonant, if you want to make the word shopped, shopper or shopping, you must double the last letter before adding your new word ending. For more examples of these word endings, take a look at page 34 of the workbook. Margaret has developed a real love for learning and plans to keep up the good work.
I'd love to do my junior cert and see how it goes from there. And I'd like to help people like the way I got to help. This is a whole new world for me now, for me now. And I know I'm contented now for the rest of my life here, reading and writing stories and taking part in everything and going out. I'm doing this for myself, and I'd like to do it for the people out there who have the same problems to come forward and don't be afraid. That's all. Enjoy it. Don't be afraid. It's out there. Just go and find it.
Oh, well. What do you think of the bread and butter pudding then?
Very good. Very good. You must give that recipe to the wife.
I'd love the recipe for that gravy.
Who'd like coffee?
Oh, yes, please.
I'll have tea.
That was such a lovely meal, Len. Thank you. Could I have a little milk, please?
Oh, sure, Mairead. Yeah.
Thanks.
There we go.
Lovely. Oh, that's enough. Thanks. I'll just warm this in your microwave.
Oh, I have something in there.
Yes, you have got something in there. Never mind. I like a man who can think on his feet.
Let's have one more look at the main learning points we covered this week. Alphabetical order means that words are arranged in order of the letters as they appear in the alphabet. So, apple pie is followed by bread, which is followed by chicken. If two words start with the same letter, such as casserole and cheese, then you must look at the first and second letter of the word. An abbreviation is a short way of writing a word. Recipes use a lot of abbreviations, and some of the most common ones are LB for pound, OZ for ounce, kg for kilogram, and G for gram. TEASP for teaspoon, TBLSP for tablespoon, cm for centimetre, and IN for inch. Food packaging contains a great deal of information and instructions about cooking, storing and preparing food. Look out for the best before date, which means that the food is best used before that date, and the use by date, which means you cannot eat it after that date. Instructions are normally written out step by step in the order in which they should be carried out. The alphabet is made up of vowels and consonants. The vowels are A, E, I, O and U. All the other letters are known as consonants. In our spelling tip this week, we looked at what happens when you add a word ending to a short word ending with a vowel followed by a consonant. To add ER, ED or ING to a word like thin, you must double the last letter, in this case adding an extra N. If you've any questions or you'd like some help on anything we've covered in this or last week's programme, call the NALA free phone number 1800 20 20 65. Specially trained tutors are standing by to take your call from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday. Calls are free and confidential. You can also phone this number to get your copy of the free Read Right Now learning pack, which accompanies this series. Next week, we meet two young sports fans who live for football, and it's an interest they share with their fathers. But when young Jim makes a bet on his father's skill on the football field, it causes him more than a few anxious moments. Join us again next week when we'll be reading teletext, reading magazines, and learning the tricks of spelling compound words.